Episode 56 LS November 17, 2023. Biden administration awards $8.8 million in funding to measure pollution from wood. 1. The lead story is that the Biden administration has awarded $8.8 million to measure pollution from wood. Other top stories are 2. Climate advocates say burning trees is not a clean energy option. 3. At Dollywood, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, fire crews are asking people not to burn outdoors. And 4. In India, smog towers are not effective, followed by 5. Headlines. United States, Biden administration awards $8.8 million in funding to measure pollution from wood. Biden-Harris administration awards $8.8 million in funding to measure pollution from wood. Biden-Harris administration awards $8.8 million in funding to measure pollution from wood heaters as part of Investing in America agenda. Inflation Reduction Act award will fund independent testing of harmful pollution from wood stoves and wood heater devices to inform cleaner, healthier options. November 17, 2023. Contact information. U.S. EPA Press Office, press@epa.gov, Washington. Today, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, announced a direct award of $8.8 million through President Biden's Investing in America agenda to Northeast states for coordinated air use management, NESCOM, and a nationwide network of partner air agencies, including in Alaska, Washington, and Idaho. The grant is provided by President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, the largest climate investment in history, and will support independent testing and data analysis of emissions from new models of wood stoves and wood heating devices. Data collected will help create a ranked listing of appliance performance for certified wood heater models available at retail stores in the United States. This ranking will help consumers and air agencies make decisions about changing out old dirty wood stoves for cleaner models or switching to other heating options. Studies estimate that residential wood smoke emissions account for 10,000 to 40,000 premature deaths annually in the United States, said Joseph Goffman, Principal Deputy Assistant Administrator for the Office of Air and Radiation. Through this investment under President Biden's Investing in America agenda, we will help improve our understanding of residential wood smoke. Wood smoke so we can better address emissions that primarily impact disadvantaged communities in rural areas. Residential wood heating. Wood heaters as part of Investing in America agenda. Residential wood heating, RWH, emissions contribute to increased ambient particulate matter, PM. Particulate matter, PM, concentrations. In some areas, they cause substantial fine particle, PM 2.5, concentrations, including rural, underserved communities where air quality may not meet air quality standards for PM 2.5. Information gained from this grant will inform state, local, tribal, and regional decision-making on wood heater change-out programs. The data will also help EPA determine Clean Air Act emissions limits in a new wood heater standard, which could lower wood heater emissions and improve air quality for areas across the country. For more information, please visit EPA's website for air grants and funding. Background. Section 60105(d) of the Inflation Reduction Act provides funding for testing and other agency activities to address emissions from wood heaters. NESCOM, a longtime leader in addressing wood heater emissions, provided public comment during EPA's public outreach on the Inflation Reduction Act. The organization submitted a plan to collaborate with state, local and tribal air agencies in testing emissions from residential wood heating devices. NESCOM has a history of forming coalitions and partnerships with states, local agencies, and tribal nations around the country. World. Burning trees is not a clean energy option. Climate advocates MSN these leftovers from trees being processed into lumber can be turned into wood pellets and burned to create electricity. The wood pellet industry has research on forest biomass by the European Academy's Science Advisory Council in 2019 found removing and burning forest carbon stocks leads to an initial increase in emissions, and the time it takes for forests to regrow and reabsorb the emissions is incompatible with the urgency of reducing emissions to meet global. Tennessee, Pigeon Forge, Dollywood. Fire crews plead with people not to burn outdoors. Fire crews plead with people not to burn outdoors after 5-acre fire in Pigeon Forge near Dollywood. WBIR.com. Fields and grassland, gardens, wooded areas, campfires and cooking fires, charcoal or wood-fired grills, does not include natural or propane gas-fired. Dollywood said it has suspended entry into the park and is monitoring the situation with officials. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, crews responded to a 5-acre fire burning in Pigeon Forge near Dollywood, India, Delhi. Smog towers ineffective. Smog towers ineffective, at least 40,000 needed in Delhi to combat toxic air, DPCC tells NGT Down to Earth. PM10 concentrations in Mandar Marg and Anand Vihar since 2019-20. The concentration of ultrafine particles, PM2.5, has also increased by 2% based on data from air quality monitoring stations near the smog towers and a report by the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, IITB. It was determined that the smog towers are ineffective at reducing air pollution, Nanita Motrai, senior scientist at DPCC, said in an affidavit filed on November 8, 2023. Headlines: Georgia, Atlanta. Blaze at Barrow County landfill has nearby residents on alert. Fox 5 Atlanta. This fire will be burning for several days due to the amount of wood burning, Captain Dakin stated. We will have firefighters on scene during. Illinois, Cicero. Cicero Independient's year-long project reveals air quality in Cicero is much worse than. WTTW News. Their sensors are measuring PM 2.5, or soot, daily. About every 2 minutes. Cicero is a largely immigrant community, and more than 80% of the. New York, Buffalo. Be careful of wildfire smoke today in parts of New York. WYRK. Avoid activities that create more fine particles indoors, including smoking cigarettes, using gas, propane, or wood-burning stoves and furnaces. Oregon, Eugene. Weather status: Eugene Daily News. Oak Ridge. The air quality index is 27 in the good category, measuring particulate matter. Homewood heating advisory: Eugene, Springfield, yellow. Virginia, Rockingham, Harrisonburg and Northwest Virginia. Air quality alert issued for Rockingham, Harrisonburg, Northwest Virginia. News: DNRonline.com. Daily News Record. This AQI rating was based largely on a PM 2.5 reading of 67.8 UG/M3, according to Sokovitz. This means that the VDEQ air quality monitoring. Canada. Canadian wildfires impacted Europe and China. 2023 Canadian wildfires impacted air quality as far away as Europe and China. Study finds phys.org. The concentration of fine particles with diameters of 2.5 microns or less, termed PM 2.5, the particulate matter that is most dangerous, as compared. Canada, British Columbia, Burns Lake, Drax Wood Pellet Mill. Burning trees is not a clean energy option, climate advocates. INF1's Infotel.ca. An aerial shot of a wood pellet mill yard in Burns Lake, showing whole logs. Image credit, photo courtesy of Stand.Earth. November 17, 2023. Canada, British Columbia, Fort St. James, Caledonia. Expect smoke as BC wildfire conducts pile burns at Shovel Lake. Wildfire, Caledonia. Courier wood debris near Grand Forks and Christina Lake as early as this Friday. Photo BCWS/Twitter. Residents in the Omaneka area can expect to see. India, how PM 2.5 harms human bodies. Here's how air pollution harms our bodies. Hindustan Times. The World Health Organization, WHO, describes air pollution as the presence of one or more contaminants, or particulate matter, such as PM 2.5 or PM. India. Many Indian cities record peak pollution during Deepavali Day. Data: the Hindu analysis of hourly PM 2.5 levels in 2023 shows 7 Indian cities registered highest pollution levels around Deepavali Day due to firecrackers. India. Rising temperature may reduce humans' ability to work to half by 2050. Study: DNA. India. PM 2.5, or fine dust particles. The Lancet report claims that PM 2.5 emissions from fuels like coal contributed to 14 lakh deaths in 2005. India, Delhi. Can artificial rain dampen Delhi's toxic air? Geographical magazine. The AQI measures the levels of PM 2.5 in the air. Scientists are hopeful that this rain will literally wash away the particles of PM 2.5 and other. India, Delhi. WFH, odd even. Highest pollution curbs in place in Delhi, no measures on ground. The Indian Express. At 38%, it was the single largest contributor to PM 2.5 levels in the city on Wednesday, followed by 30% from secondary aerosols, and 23% from biomass.